Governor Romney, in the book you wrote just before this campaign began, you said you were surprised that the press in the last campaign didn't press for more specifics on how to fix Social Security and Medicare. So let's fix that tonight. Let me ask you specifically, would you reduce the cost of these programs by raising the retirement age for Social Security, by raising the eligibility age for Medicare, or by reducing benefits for seniors with higher incomes?
Let me lay it out. First of all, for the people who are already retired or 55 years of age and older, nothing changes. It's very important because I know the Democrats are going to be showing videos of old people being thrown off cliffs and so forth. But don't forget who it was that cut Medicare by $500 billion, and that was President Obama to pay for Obamacare. So let's not forget that. What I would do with Social Security is that I would lower, if you will, the 2.0, the version for the next generations coming up. I'd lower the rate of inflation growth in the benefits received by higher income recipients and keep the rate as it is now pretty high for lower income recipients. And I'd also add a year to two to the retirement age under Social Security. That balances Social Security. With regards to Medicare, I would lay out the plan that, well, I actually did a couple of months ago that said, again, for higher income recipients, lower benefit, a premium support program which allows people to buy either current standard Medicare or a private plan. And this is the proposal which Congressman Paul Ryan has adopted. It's a proposal which I believe is absolutely right on. We have a premium support program, give people choice, let competition exist in our Medicare program by virtue of the two things I've described. Higher benefits for lower income people, lower benefits for higher income people, and making a premium support program in Medicare and Social Security a slightly higher retirement age. You balance those two programs. By the way, the third major entitlement, Medicaid, you send back to the states. And the fourth new entitlement, Obamacare, you repeal that one. And finally get our balance sheet right.
Speaker Gingrich, in the plan that you've endorsed for addressing Social Security, you suggest also that younger workers should be allowed to put their tax money into private accounts rather than into the government program. But that plan also says that if those private accounts don't pay out as much as the government program would, Washington should cut a check to make up the difference. Is that really a free market outcome if the government guarantees the outcome?
Well, it is, as a historian, a fact-based model that has Galveston, Texas, and the entire country of Chile as testing grounds. Chile has done this. Jose Piñera is glad to talk about it, the guy who created it. They've done it for over 30 years. First of all, it's totally voluntary. If you want to stay in the current system, stay in it. If you're younger and you want to go and take a personal savings account, which would be a Social Security savings account, you can take it. Your share of the tax goes into that. The employer's share goes into the regular fund to pay for the regular fund. The historic record in Chile is the average young person gets 2 to 3 times the retirement income. In 30 years, they've never written a single check because nobody has fallen below the minimum payment of Social Security. Now, these are just historic facts. They now have 74% of the GDP in their savings fund, so much that they now allow people to actually invest outside the country. The Principal Group in Des Moines, Iowa actually runs part of this program, and I actually interviewed the person who was in charge of it for the Principal Group. So the Social Security actuary estimated if you make it a voluntary program, 95 to 97% of young people will take the program because it is such a big return on your investment, you'd be relatively stupid not to do it. Okay, now, what does it do? It gets the government out of telling you when to retire. It gets the government out of picking winners and losers. You save, it makes every American an investor when they first go to work. They all have a buildup of an estate, which you do not get in the current system. And the estimate by Martin Feldstein at Harvard is, who was Reagan's chief counsel and economic advisors, was you actually reduce wealth inequality in America by 50% over the next generation because everybody becomes a saver and investor, and you have a universal investing nation.